A man in his late 60s, resigned to the idea that his best days are behind him, takes a single drink from ingredients he's had in his kitchen for years. Within just 20 minutes, something extraordinary happens. His energy surges, his confidence returns, and his body responds like it hasn't in decades. No prescriptions, no risky procedures, just a simple, natural blend that works with the body's own chemistry. I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, a urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men reclaim their vitality. I've treated thousands of patients, veterans, farmers, teachers, and executives, men who thought their performance problems were permanent. What I'm about to share with you has helped them turn the clock back in ways they didn't think possible. You've been told that age is the reason for your decline, that slowing down is inevitable. But here's the surprising truth. For many men, the real issue is not age at all. It's blocked circulation, hormonal imbalance, and a lack of key nutrients. And the fastest, safest fix isn't hidden in a lab or locked behind a pharmacy counter. It's sitting in your pantry right now. Today, I'm going to reveal 5 specific vinegar-based combinations that can open your blood vessels, protect your testosterone, and boost your energy, some working in as little as 20 minutes. Stay with me, because in just a few minutes, I'll also share the ultimate power blend, a recipe that combines the most potent elements of all 5 formulas into one drink so effective, it has restored performance for men well into their 70s and 80s. Let's begin with the first formula, a powerful yet simple combination of apple cider vinegar and raw honey, 2 natural ingredients that work together to open vessels and protect testosterone. 1. Apple cider vinegar plus raw honey. When I think back on my decades of working with men over 60, there's one thing I've learned. Nature often holds the most powerful solutions in the simplest forms. I still remember a patient named Walter, a 72-year-old retired firefighter. He walked into my office convinced that nothing short of a prescription pill could help him feel like himself again. He'd lost his confidence, his energy was fading, and intimacy with his wife had become rare and awkward. When I introduced him to this combination, he was skeptical, but within a week, he called me, voice trembling with excitement, to tell me that something had changed. Apple cider vinegar may seem like a humble pantry item, but inside that bottle is a concentration of acetic acid that works like a master key on your arteries. Over time, our blood vessels can become narrow and stiff, like old pipes in a house, clogged with plaque and inflammation. This vinegar helps dissolve those blockages, reduces inflammation markers, and allows blood to move freely again. But the magic truly happens when you pair it with raw, unfiltered honey. Raw honey, cloudy, golden, and still alive with enzymes, contains a natural compound called chrysin. This flavonoid acts as a bodyguard for your testosterone, blocking the enzyme aromatase that tries to convert it into estrogen. Most men don't realize how much of their male hormone is lost this way over the years. By protecting testosterone and opening blood vessels at the same time, this combination doesn't just improve physical performance, it restores a man's sense of himself. Here's how I recommend it. Mix 2 tablespoons of organic apple cider vinegar with 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered honey in 8 ounces of warm water. Drink it about 30 minutes before you want to be at your best. The warm water helps activate the enzymes in the honey and speeds up absorption, so the benefits reach you faster. What Walter noticed first wasn't just a stronger response in the bedroom. It was his energy throughout the day. His mood lifted, his focus sharpened, and he told me he felt lighter, as if his body had been carrying around an invisible weight for years and suddenly put it down. That's the kind of transformation that goes beyond the physical. It changes how you carry yourself, how you interact with your partner, even how you look at your own reflection. And the best part? This combination works gently, without shocking your system. Over time, it supports healthier arteries, steadier hormones, and more reliable energy. It's a small, daily choice that can create a massive shift in your health and confidence. But as powerful as this blend is, it's only the beginning. The next formula takes a sharper, more aggressive approach, breaking down years of hidden blockages and pushing fresh, oxygen-rich blood exactly where you need it most. And it all starts with a surprising twist on something you've probably walked past in the grocery store hundreds of times. If you're still with me and this first formula has opened your eyes to what's possible, drop the number 1 in the comments so I know you're here. Now, let's move on to the second formula. 2. White vinegar plus fresh ginger. I'll never forget the day Frank walked into my clinic. A 68-year-old retired construction worker with hands like sandpaper and a stubborn streak as strong as steel. He sat across from me, leaning forward, and said, "Doc, I'm not ready to hang it up, but nothing's working anymore." His doctor had told him to accept reality, that after a decade of struggling with performance, there was nothing left to do but learn to live with it. I could see in his eyes that he wasn't ready to accept that, and I knew exactly what to suggest. White vinegar is often overlooked because it doesn't carry the same trendy health reputation as apple cider vinegar. But what it does have is pure, concentrated acetic acid, a cleaning crew for your arteries. Over the years, calcium deposits and hardened plaque can turn your blood vessels into rigid tubes, making it difficult for blood to move freely. That's a big part of why circulation declines and why energy in the bedroom fades. White vinegar begins to dissolve those deposits, helping restore flexibility to your vessels and allowing fresh, oxygen-rich blood to flow where it's needed. Now, when you add fresh ginger to the mix, that's when the real magic happens. Not powdered ginger from the back of your spice cabinet, but fresh, firm ginger root that releases potent oils the moment you grate it. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols and shogaols, which do 2 remarkable things. They relax the smooth muscle tissue in your blood vessels, and they trigger your body to produce more nitric oxide, a molecule essential for strong, sustained performance. The process is simple but requires precision. 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger mixed into half a cup of warm water. Drink it about 20 minutes before you need it. That short window is enough for the vinegar to start clearing pathways and the ginger to kick circulation into high gear. I told Frank to try it for a week and check back with me. 3 days later, I got an email from him, short and to the point. "Doc, I woke up this morning like I was 20 again." By the end of the week, he and his wife were smiling more, talking more, and spending time together in ways they hadn't in years. He even mentioned his knees felt better, the stiffness easing up thanks to ginger's natural anti-inflammatory properties. This formula isn't just about blood flow, it's about reigniting the systems that keep a man feeling alive. When your circulation improves, everything changes. Your stamina, your focus, your recovery after activity, it all gets a boost. But as impressive as Frank's transformation was, there's another formula that works on an even deeper level, not just opening up blood vessels, but actually repairing and rebuilding them from the inside out. And it comes from an ingredient so rich and luxurious, most people think of it as something you drizzle on a salad, not a key to revitalizing your performance. 3. Balsamic vinegar plus pure pomegranate juice. I remember meeting Arthur, a 70-year-old retired Navy officer with a firm handshake and a quiet frustration he didn't like to talk about. He'd kept himself in good shape, ate reasonably well, and still walked a couple of miles each day. But over the last few years, he'd noticed something slipping. His energy wasn't the same, his confidence wavered, and moments of intimacy felt more like a struggle than a joy. "I've still got the will, Doc," he told me, "but I think my body's forgotten how to follow through." That's when I introduced him to what I call the vessel repair crew: balsamic vinegar and pure pomegranate juice. Balsamic vinegar is far more than a sweet, tangy condiment. It's loaded with polyphenols, plant-based compounds that fight oxidative stress and strengthen the delicate lining inside your blood vessels, the endothelium. Over time, that lining can become rough and damaged, like sandpaper inside a hose, slowing blood flow and making it harder to achieve and sustain performance. Balsamic vinegar helps restore smoothness, allowing blood to travel more freely and efficiently. Pure pomegranate juice brings its own powerful force to the table: punic allicins. These rare antioxidants are like a repair crew with surgical precision, actively reducing inflammation and stimulating the regeneration of healthy vessel tissue. Together with balsamic vinegar's polyphenols, they don't just improve circulation in the short term, They work to reverse years of gradual decline at the root cause. I advised Arthur to mix 2 tablespoons of high-quality balsamic vinegar with 4 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice. The key is purity. Most commercial juices are diluted with sugar and fillers, which weaken the effect. He took it twice daily, once in the morning on an empty stomach to maximize absorption, and again about an hour before he wanted his best performance. Within just a couple of weeks, Arthur's updates went from cautious optimism to genuine excitement. "Doc, I'm not just noticing changes in the bedroom, my morning walks feel easier, I'm breathing better, and my legs feel stronger." His improved circulation wasn't limited to one area, it was giving his whole cardiovascular system a lift. And with that came renewed confidence, the kind you can't fake. This blend is about more than opening the floodgates. It's about repairing them so they stay open. For men looking not just for an immediate boost, but a long-term transformation, this is one of the most effective natural strategies I've seen. But there's a way to take this even further, by working in harmony with your body's own chemistry to produce the raw material for nitric oxide naturally, bypassing the limitations of most supplements. And that's where the next formula, inspired by a surprising tradition from Japan, changes the game entirely. 4. Rice vinegar plus watermelon extract. Several years ago, I attended a medical conference in Tokyo where I met Dr. Kenji Yamamoto, a soft-spoken researcher with an extraordinary discovery. He had been studying rural communities in Japan where men in their 70s and 80s still enjoyed the kind of vitality most men in the West lose decades earlier. What he found was both simple and astonishing. These men regularly consumed a small mixture of rice vinegar and watermelon-based drinks. When I heard the details, I knew instantly why it worked and why it could be a game-changer for my patients back home. Rice vinegar is unique among vinegars. It's gentler, slightly alkaline, and contains amino acids that help balance the body's pH, creating the perfect environment for nutrient absorption. It's not just about clearing vessels, it's about preparing your system to use every nutrient you give it. That's where watermelon extract comes in. Watermelon extract is packed with citrulline, an amino acid your body converts into arginine. Arginine is the building block for nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing and dilating blood vessels so more blood can flow exactly where it's needed. The beauty of citrulline is that it bypasses the digestive breakdown that destroys most arginine supplements. Instead, it moves quietly through your system and converts right where your blood vessels need it most, creating a powerful, natural surge in circulation. When I started recommending this combination, I told my patients to mix 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar with 2 ounces of pure watermelon extract in a small glass of room-temperature water. The timing is critical. Drink it about 45 minutes before activity to allow the citrulline to arginine conversion to peak. My patient Robert, a 66-year-old former marathon runner, described it perfectly after trying it. "Doc, it's like my body suddenly remembered how to perform at full capacity, and it stayed that way for hours." The effects go beyond performance. Men report feeling more energized, experiencing quicker recovery after exercise, and even noticing improvements in endurance during everyday activities like yard work or long walks. It's a clean, sustained kind of vitality. No jitters, no crash, just a steady, confident energy. This formula isn't about forcing the body into action. It's about giving it the exact tools it needs to do what it was designed to do, even decades later. And for many men, it's the first time in years they've felt that kind of natural strength without relying on medication. But while this blend builds the foundation for powerful circulation and stamina, the next combination adds a whole new dimension, one that taps into not just your physical readiness, but your mental and emotional drive, creating an experience that's as much about connection as it is about performance. 5. Red wine vinegar plus dark chocolate. Pierre was a 69-year-old retired French chef who had lived his life surrounded by flavor, texture, and romance. But when he came to see me, there was a sadness in his eyes that told me something was missing. He admitted that while his love for his wife was as strong as ever, his ability to express it physically had faded. "Doc," he said, "I can still prepare the perfect dinner, but I can't finish the evening the way I used to." I could tell he wasn't just talking about intimacy. He was talking about the passion and confidence that had always defined him. That's when I introduced him to a combination that worked on two levels at once: red wine vinegar and dark chocolate. Red wine vinegar contains resveratrol, a powerful compound known for its ability to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and protect the cardiovascular system. By opening blood vessels and improving their flexibility, it helps the body deliver more oxygen-rich blood exactly where it's needed. But that's only half the story. Dark chocolate, real dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao, is a powerhouse in its own right. It contains flavonoids that boost nitric oxide production, improving blood flow, and phenylethylamine, a compound that triggers feelings of attraction and pleasure. It also contains anandamide, often called the bliss molecule, which helps quiet stress and shift the body from tension into relaxation. For many men, that reduction in stress is just as important as improved circulation, because anxiety can sabotage performance faster than any physical limitation. The preparation is simple and almost indulgent. Dissolve 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar in 2 ounces of warm water, drink it, and immediately follow with 1 ounce of quality dark chocolate, 3 or 4 squares. The warmth of the water helps the vinegar absorb quickly, while the chocolate begins its work on your mood and circulation within minutes. Pierre told me the first time he tried it, he felt not only physically ready, but emotionally engaged, his mind and body finally in sync again. What I love about this combination is how it addresses both the physical and emotional aspects of male vitality. It's not just about performance, it's about feeling connected, present, and confident in the moment. For men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, that emotional connection can be as powerful as any physical boost. Pierre later told me that this simple ritual became a shared moment with his wife: a glass of warm vinegar water, a square of chocolate, a knowing smile. The results? Let's just say they both started looking forward to evenings again. And now, after sharing all 5 of these powerful combinations, it's time for the grand finale. Because while each of these formulas can work wonders on its own, I'm going to show you how to combine the most potent elements from all of them into one ultimate blend. A drink so effective, it's helped men well into their 80s reclaim the kind of vitality they thought was gone forever. Conclusion. After seeing these 5 formulas transform the lives of so many men, I knew there had to be a way to combine their strongest elements into one powerful solution. That's how the Ultimate Power Blend was born. It brings together the artery-opening strength of apple cider vinegar, the testosterone protection of raw honey, the circulation surge from fresh ginger, the vessel-repairing antioxidants of pure pomegranate juice, the absorption boost from rice vinegar, and the mood-elevating, stress-reducing benefits of dark chocolate. I've watched men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s rediscover a vitality they thought was gone forever. They stand taller, speak with more confidence, and reconnect with their partners in ways they hadn't imagined possible. And the best part? This isn't about forcing the body into action, it's about restoring the natural systems that age has quietly slowed down. The recipe is simple, the ingredients are affordable, and the results can be life-changing if you stay consistent. I've seen it, I've experienced it with my patients, and I believe you can too. So take the first step, try the blend, and give yourself permission to feel alive again, because your best days don't have to be behind you. They can start right now.